The burn zones are still hazardous even after the flames have been extinguished, and first responders who are working in the area and then residents, of course, who will eventually go back. They really need to be careful. So we are going to bring in Dr. Andrew Michael. He is a trauma surgeon at Pomona Valley Hospital Medical Center.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's start with respiratory impacts. What do you think about the air and the air quality, not just in the fire zone, but what should people be careful and watch for?
Sure. The smoke and the particulate matter thrown up by the burnt buildings certainly pose a risk. There could be lead, arsenic, asbestos, any number of any building material that burnt up in the air. If you're going into any of these zones and the areas surrounding it, you want to make sure that you're protected. You have the either an N95 or a KN95. Make sure it's well fitted. You can put it over your face. Make sure that the seal is nice around the sides of it. Make sure there's no air escaping. You could test it at home by spraying some perfume and seeing if you can smell it through the mask. If you can't, then that mask has a good seal. Those are some good starter things to think about when you're heading to these areas.
What exactly is in the air, though, just so people get an idea of what it is they're breathing in?
Yeah, well, it's mostly burnt up building materials, right? It's ash from the homes. These homes are wood homes. They have particle board and wood and all kinds of building material, steel roofs, wood roofs, shingles. All these can throw up lead, arsenic, asbestos, other dangerous materials in the air. These can cause, long-lasting effects if they're breathed at a, longer term. They can cause cancer risk. They can cause lung disease, pneumonias, things like that. So you definitely want to go in protected.
Yeah, when you say all that, I was a rookie reporter covering Ground Zero after 9/11, and then only years later you hear about all the impacts from all the respiratory illnesses or the effects of being down there in that zone and the first responders who were breathing that day in and day out. Is this similar to that?
Similar. The building materials are different. We're talking about concrete and steel and skyscrapers versus wood and gypsum and things like that in these homes that are built up. But the risk is the same to the common person, right? They're slightly different carcinogens, they're slightly different irritants, but they can cause the same pathology, the same lung disease.
What are some other issues people should be worried about? Not only what they're breathing in, but other parts of their bodies this could have an impact on, including eyes.
Sure. You want to go in, especially if you're going to go into area where there's rubble and things like that, you want all kinds of personal protective equipment, right? Helmets, if you're going to area where the, rubble can fall on you or where buildings can collapse. Goggles, you can get basically at any hardware store, just workman's goggles, just to protect your eye from ash and soot and things being thrown up into your eyes. It would be better for you to wear a layer that you leave, you wear to these areas and then put in a plastic bag and wash when you get home, so you're not carrying these pollutants with you home.
So for people not living in the fire zone, let's say Orange County area or the Inland Empire, should they be careful too? Because every day I check the air quality map and these areas say it's good, but is there something they're not accounting for when they test the air?
Yeah, so, the air quality index does account for a lot of pollutants, but it doesn't account for certain ones. I'll reiterate the arsenic, the asbestos. Those things are not often included in the air quality index. So there are certain things that can still cause pathology that you need to worry about. But in general, the air quality index is a good marker of how safe it is to go outside.
Also, let's talk about water. Any risk there? I know there have been some reports of, do not drink alerts issued.
Sure. Those same pollutants that I just spoke of can certainly leach into the water. Most of these water systems are enclosed and pretty safe. However, you can always refer to your local water provider's website. They usually have quality alerts. And if there's any worry at all or any suspicion that your current water supply is polluted, you can always go with a water bottle. Obviously is safe, pre-sealed water bottle from a different source.
All right, Dr. Andrew Michael, thank you so much, a trauma surgeon at Pomona Valley Hospital Medical Center. We know you're a busy guy. We appreciate you taking time to speak with us this morning.